Hello and welcome back to JimMurphyMD.com, a way of keeping in touch with local and national news. I'm standing here in the Barnardo shop in Clarkston because as part of Make a Difference Day, people volunteering in organisations such as this to contribute a little to help make a big difference in so many people's lives. And Barnardo's is one of those organisations that does remarkable work. So I've popped in working on the till and helping with some of the stock, and it just reminds us that we have a large number of charity shops and organisations in East Renfrewshire always looking for volunteers. So why not drop in, give an hour of your time if you possibly can. If you can't do that, please continue to give your donations of good quality materials so that they can then sell them on. It's been a busy week in Parliament again with the debates about welfare reform and continuing the discussion about child benefit. On welfare reform, of course, the system of housing benefit has to change. People who are on housing benefit, you've got to be making sure that those people can't always afford houses and accommodation that people in work and low-paid jobs can afford, which is why Labour was acting and making changes to these plans. But what I don't like about the Conservative and the Liberal Friends plans is that if you're out of work for a year and you're a mum and your dad and you're doing your very best to get to work and find a job, the Tories and the Liberals want to cut your housing benefit by 10%. Now, what happens then is you have to move, just because you can't find work. Now, here we are in the midst of a recession. Economic times fluctuate, and to punish someone who's trying really hard to find a job, and sometimes it can be difficult, to punish them with a cut in their housing benefit, which would lead to them possibly moving, I think is cold and heartless, particularly because it could mean for many families, children having to move school. Is it really worth changing things around so dramatically for the sake of a few pound a week that children have to be uprooted, have to change schools and lose connection with all their friends? I think they have to think again about this plan on housing benefit. As it now seems they're going to have to, on their plans on child benefit. Now I won't go into the technical details of this. I'll post a blog and a news story about this, but it now seems very difficult for them to construct a plan that can make the housing benefit, the child benefit plan work, whereby the child benefit goes predominantly to the mum, and in a house where the dad's the bigger earner, I don't think they can make the computer systems talk to one another to make the system work. It may now collapse, and that would be a good outcome for so many families across the country. Beyond that, of course, we're in the build-up now to Remembrance Sunday, and I saw the comments by a man called Abu Izzadeen, I think his name is, talking about how the poppy is a sign of terrorism, it's a sign of murder. This man has just come out of jail for inciting hatred and supporting terrorism. I just think someone who's got these peculiar views got no place in British society. And the fact is that what we should all do is go and buy a second poppy and wear it with pride as a snub to that type of ideology and that politics and values of hate. Because these poppies are a sign of our admiration of those who have given their lives for our country and celebration of the enormous contribution that people in Afghanistan, like 10,000 of our citizens are giving in Afghanistan right here, right now. And I think that's a thing that we should celebrate, a thing we should be proud of, and people like him should be quiet. But the way to respond to this thing is give more money to the poppy up. You'll go out and buy a second poppy, wear it on your lapel with pride. Thanks very much for viewing the video. Any comments as usual on Facebook, Twitter or by email. Thanks. Cheers. Bye bye.